Stacking Cat.
Hey there everyone, and welcome to the Stacking Kat channel, where I talk all things silver with a little bit of gold, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly deal show for February 4th of 2021. Okay, so it is a special report. This is not going to be your standard weekly deal show. The reason for that being is that it was not a standard week in the world of precious metals, specifically silver. We've seen gold drop a little bit too, but silver has been the main story. It all came from the Wall Street Bets on Reddit and the talk this past weekend of the silver short squeeze. And it failed. They found out pretty quickly that it is very difficult to squeeze a physical commodity like a precious metal, in this case silver. There's just too much backing it up, and it's not like a GameStop or an AMC where there's no leverage in the stock at all. There's plenty of backing it up. It was a move on the paper market, but the physical market is connected to the paper market, at least in terms of spot price, because all of the physical sellers, whether it's the miners or the wholesalers or the refiners, whoever it may be, all use the paper market to determine their price of silver, because the paper market is really based on speculation, speculating how much silver is coming out of the ground, how much is going to be sold into the market. All of those things are taken into consideration, and it's really hard to short something like that has all of that backing. So it was a big fail in that regard. But what it did to the physical market in terms of the retail sector, and that is what affects all of us who are stacking silver, as whether it's a hedge or you're doing it as a savings. We always want to keep that dollar cost average down, and premiums always play a part. That is a primary source of revenue for those folks out there who are selling silver to us, and premiums saw a huge spike due to this. There's a lot of concern on their side about what was going to happen. Were they going to be able to have enough inventory to not only meet their current demand, but how would that play out if they had to pre-sale a lot of items and really just sell on spec? And so they raised the premiums thinking that the silver spot price was going to go through the roof. Deals are basically non-existent. I'm going to go through all that stuff. I also want to go through the physical gold to silver ratio, the GSR, which is a little bit different. If you look at the spot price, if you go to Kitco and you notice that the GSR is in the high 60s right now, we did see it dip to about 63, 64 on Monday. The physical GSR is around 50, and I'll kind of go into that in this video. And we're going to go through a lot of different subjects here today compared to my usual weekly deal show. Hopefully it gets back on track for next week. We'll see. I did delay it a couple of days this week. I usually like to release these videos on Tuesdays, kind of at the beginning of the week when all the bullion sites have their deals out. But there's not that many out there to have, so we're going to talk about some different things. But first I'm going to go to a US Mint article about their supply, their production that came out this week. It's factoring in sales from January, which were through the roof compared to years past, as well as this increased demand that we saw over this past weekend. So let's start with that. Okay, so here we are. This is a Yahoo Finance article. It looks like they picked it up through Bloomberg. U.S. Mint still rationing silver coins amid exceptional demand. This article was put out on February 2nd of 2021. Okay, make this a little bit bigger. The Reddit-fueled run-up in silver prices might be stalling, but the U.S. Mint said it is still rationing its sales of silver coins because of continued exceptional market demand, as well as limited supplies and manufacturing capacity. The Mint is also allocating gold and platinum coin sales to authorized purchasers, it said in a statement Tuesday. The policy will be in place for the foreseeable future. The Mint's silver coin sales jumped 24% to 4.775 million ounces last month, marking the highest for a January since 2017. The Mint's announcement comes after retail sales were overwhelmed with demand for bars and coins. Investors on Reddit ignited a buying frenzy that roiled precious metals markets and squeezed physical supplies. Some dealers said over the weekend that they were unable to process orders until Asian markets opened because of record demand. Throughout the past year, and in part due to the effects of the coronavirus pandemic, the Mint was unable to meet demand due to precious metal, blank availability, and plant capacity issues. So the silver planchets is what they are referring to there. The Mint also said it will have a limited production window to produce current design American Eagle gold and silver coins, as it's scheduled to start production of redesigned coins in the summer of 2021, and coins for that program must be produced in advance of launch date. And so as you guys could see from that article, American Silver Eagles, the 2021s, they are halting production for the time being. And I don't know what that's going to mean for this Type 1. Remember, this is the last year of the Type 1. We're going to see how that plays out as time goes on. But it looks like their sales are pretty high. I know they're concerned about demand as well, and probably price. They are dealing with authorized dealers only. So it said it will affect the gold a little bit too. It did not mention the buffaloes here. However, I'm sure they have to be wrapped up in that same consideration as the Eagles. So we will see how all of this plays out heading into the next few months. But I do want to get into a couple of articles here. FindingBullionPrices.com I'm going to get to, as well as some of the online bullion dealers, just to see where they're at with price on certain items. I'm going to be checking some American Silver Eagles as well. I want to get into the physical gold to silver ratio and see what that is actually like compared to the market gold to silver ratio. And Finding Bullion Prices, I'll start with, just because that is a great site to get a lot of the different price overviews, what different sites are selling Eagles and other bullion items for. So let's start there. Okay, so here we are on findbullionprices.com. This is a great resource out there for finding the lowest prices or just doing some comparative pricing for a lot of the silver bullion out there, and gold, of course. So let's start with the American Silver Eagles. Let's see what the best choice is. We have random year 2020. Let's do random year. I think there might be more of these available. So Monument Metals right now at the lowest price of $34.57. Still a premium of $7.80. JM Bullion next in line, pretty high at $9.74. Silver Gold Bull at $10.92. So these premiums are sky high right now. Bullion Exchanges over 11. APMEX over 13. And some other ones up here, $15 and $16. So it just goes to show the premiums are absurd. They're a little out of control, in my opinion. I know demand is high and the bullion dealers are all trying to protect themselves, but this might be going a little too far, and let's hope that they adjust here in the near future. Let's do generic silver rounds. I know a lot of you guys like stacking those. So Monument, again, best price, $3.79 over spot. Golden State Mint at $4.45. Silver Gold Bull at $5.29. Now, $3.79 is not too bad, but it is generic. You usually could find those in the $1.99 range, or at least recently. I remember back in the day when they were like $1.29 over spot, but those days might not be here for a while. JM Bullion at $5.75, SD at $6.44, APMEX $6.96, Money Metals Exchange $7.58, and there's just a random eBay dealer at $11.17. Really high, to say the least. Okay, let's do 10-ounce bars. Silver Gold Bull again, $45.91, so it's $4.59 per ounce over spot. I had a couple of comments suggesting Silver Gold Bull had the best prices on 10-ounce bars, and it looks to be the case. Monument, $4.79 per ounce over spot. So 10-ounce bars, the premiums are a little bit better than what you see with the American Silver Eagles and the generic silver rounds. So something to think about. Of course, you have to buy 10 ounces at once, but it's a pretty safe purchase as a way to stack with the 10-ounce bars. Now, I do want to go into the GSR, the gold to silver ratio, when it comes to physical bullion, not the paper market price. So let's do an American Gold Eagle. We'll do Amex. It doesn't really matter what site you're doing. All the prices are relative to each other. So $20.51.50 for a 1 ounce American Gold Eagle. Let's see how much a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. I know it said $38.75 for that's for big pricing. So $40.75 for just 1 ounce. Let's type it in, the price of gold, and divide that by the price of silver. Now, this is Amex. That's their price, but I'll show you guys later that a lot of dealers are the same. So $50.34 is the GSR when it comes to physical bullion through the online dealers. I don't know what your coin shop may be doing, but through the online guys, you're looking at about 50 to 1, tad bit over. So it's not in the 68 range like it is with the paper market. So gold, I think, is the better buy right now. 50 to 1 is the goal. I would recommend looking into gold. I'm not saying buy gold. You know, it's your stack. It's your money. Do what you want with it. I'm not a financial advisor. I just think that gold is a really good purchase when the market premiums for physical bullion on these sites are just through the roof. So let's go to their available products. You can see a lot of pre-sales. A lot of these sites are saying they're sold out. We have Silver Eagles, Silver Buffaloes. Let's take a look at the Canadian Maple Leaf, though. It's a one that I haven't looked at yet here, spending a lot of time on the Eagles. The Maples are right in the same ballpark, in my opinion. So it looks like February 18th of 2021, they will not be shipped until. So you have 2 weeks to go before they even ship them, and you're looking at $36.73, so a $9.99 spot price compared to where their silver is at $26.74 on this site. So a really hefty premium there, and for something you're not going to get for a couple of weeks anyway. Let's do 10-ounce bars. So February 12th, a little sooner than the Canadian Silver Maple Leafs. Now, one bar is $337.40, so you're paying a little bit under $6 per ounce, or a little bit over $6 per ounce over spot. So better than the government-issued bullion, but not that great. So I came over here to SD Bullion. Let's see what they have to offer. I want to go to all these different deals. That's what the show is supposed to be about. And I want to show you guys that there's not that really great of deals. Okay, so they're showing a lot of deals. They're not really pointing anything out as their like deals of the week. These are kind of the ones they've had for a while. We can see the Philharmonic, the Britannia. Let's go on the Britannia. I want to see what the pricing is, the quantity pricing. So 1 to 24 is $34.26. So you're talking about $7.50 or so over spot if you're just buying a few of them. And it looks like they are ready to ship, though. I don't see any pre-sale on here. So that is good. If you want that Britannia with the anti-counterfeiting features on it, they are shipping them, but you're still paying a high premium, over $7. So, you know, I'm just not really bullish on silver, physical silver right now until everything settles down. As you can see, a lot of these other items, I mean, they're not really great stacking coins or rounds, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of older stuff. So I do want to look into gold, though. They have this Royal Mint Gold Sovereign any year, so you can get it back to King George, Queen Victoria, up through the present with Queen Elizabeth II. So $445.81, a pretty good deal, any quantity with that. And I jumped pretty quick to the Eagles. Sorry about that. But yeah, so they do not have any 2021s in stock. They're not even pre-saling them. It just says notify me. So you'd have to get an email or a text from them. So who knows when that. We just read about the US Mint. It may be a while. So let's check out their random year and see what that is all about. So 37.72. Wow. Almost 11 bucks, 10.98 over spot price on a random year American Silver Eagle. We saw a much better deal on Monument Metals. And look, they're shipping it February 10th. So towards the middle of next week. Still a ways away, though. I mean, do you want to wait that long paying these premiums? I don't know. It's just not for me right now. I have to find better deals, keep that dollar cost average low. If you have a great dollar cost average, then maybe you might think about it. But as of now, I can't do it. So we are on JM Bullion now, and let's see what their deals are all about. And this is their only deal. A 2016 proof Canadian silver Star Trek mirror coin, and $69.99. Oh, I'm sorry. They have a proof Rwandan Shoebill 2019 silver coin capsule with certificate of authenticity, high premium stuff. Not into that as well. So their deals on these sites, they had to pull them. You know, they don't know what their inventory is. So they've just yanked them off the screen. And who knows when they'll return. Hopefully soon. Let's hope to get these deals back. You know, it really keeps the cost of silver and gold down when they are there. So here is their random year Eagle, 36.52. So about $10 over spot. It looks like they are shipping. I don't see any pre-sale on that. So you get those Eagles. But look, it does say 10 plus business days. So this is like March or April of last year. And we all know what that was about. And so here's another one, another slabbed Rwandan meerkat, 1 ounce silver coin, NGC, MS70. Nothing really in those deals. Nothing at all. That was Provident Metals. So let's go to Silver Gold Bull. I want to check them out. It looks like they had really good prices. So let's just see kind of where they're at with those. So here's that 10 ounce silver bar. Let's see. I want to see if there are any quantity with the pricing they were claiming. So yeah, $13.97. Pretty good price. It is under $5 per ounce over spot. So if you're looking for that random 10 ounce bar, I would look at Silver Gold Bull. It looks like the place to be. Let's go to Bullion Exchanges. They're another one that has been getting a lot of talk about recently. You know, pretty good of observations out there about Bullion Exchanges. I've never used them myself, but it's always fun to go and check out all these different sites. So they have some stuff on their deals page. Give them credit. There's a Britannia. There's an Asahi round. I don't know if... Well, that's actually a pretty good price over spot for a 1 ounce American Gold Eagle random year. 1949.70. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I want to kind of do another GSR calculation to see where they kind of stand with Atmex. I'm thinking it's going to be right around 50 again. But let's check out their Eagles so I could get a marker of where they're at so we could do this ratio calculation. Okay, so February 15th, they will be shipping, so about a week and a half. So pretty soon, those are the 2020s, $38.25 for one, $37.95 per coin if you're buying a tube. Okay, so I have the calculator back up. We have $1949.50 for that American Gold Eagle. And let's divide that by 38.75 and see what we get. So 50.3 as well. Same thing. Amex was 50.34 to 1. This is 50.3 to 1. So the physical gold to silver ratio is much better, as we've seen on two sites now, than it is on the paper market. Looks like it's a time to go all in on gold. So as you can see, there are some interesting times out there. We saw the gold to silver ratio in the physical market a lot lower than it is if you just go to Kitco and look at the paper market, the prices of silver or gold. That is, of course, taking premiums into account. And that's what you have to do when you are making these purchases. You have to take exactly what you pay and figure it out that way. Not everything is bought on spot. As a matter of fact, really nothing is bought at spot. So always go back to the premiums. It'll help you also achieve your exact dollar cost average as well. So we have no deals out there really to speak of. There were a few. The British Gold Sovereign random year at SD Bullion is not bad. Of course, all these places are taking over 10 days to ship. So that is something definitely to take into consideration when you're making these purchases. Let's hope these premiums go back down pretty soon. It looks like this whole wallstreetbets silver play, which did not pan out, is going to keep silver really at the price that it's been for a while, kind of in between that 25 to 27 range. I don't think, this is just my prediction, pure opinion, silver will not be breaking $30 or $35 anytime soon. Just the market is not calling for it. So I would hope that these online bullion sites drop those premiums back down. I know they have really high demand right now. I don't know if that is really being taken into account. And they're thinking, yeah, we're going to be selling all this silver. We have to find a way to replenish it, and we don't want to have to pay absurd prices ourselves. Maybe they have to pay premiums. You know, the U.S. Mint is selling only to the retailers right now, and it's only certain ones. I know APMEX is a U.S. Mint purchaser. There are a few others out there. I don't know about any of the other online bullion sites that we checked out today. However, that may be a reason why they just don't think they're going to be getting any new U.S. minted silver in. So a lot to unpack there. Thank you for watching this episode. I know it was long. We are well over 20 minutes, but I just wanted to do a little bit of a special report since the weekly deals show was not really able to go along with the usual style that I put it out with. So thank you to everybody out there for watching, especially if you're still sticking around after all this time. And if you'd like to see similar videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then please subscribe and push that notification bell, smash that like button, and leave a comment. And until next time, this is the Stacking Cat.